Hello, Professor. This is the Week 7 SAFMEDS video assignment where we analyze our data a little bit, talk about our experience with SAFMEDS. So overall, I thought it was a really good experience to be able to actually have the simple intervention of studying, having trials that you score so you can actually see your progress, and then looking at it over a graph. Obviously, that's what I'll be doing as a BCBA in the future, but to do that on my own study habits was really enlightening, and honestly, it kept me humble in a few ways too. So a big part of why I think I did so well at the beginning of my SAFMEDS was because I got a late start to SAFMEDS and finally getting on to Precision X. I didn't do that until the beginning of week 3, as I note in my standard acceleration chart. So I was really motivated to catch up with the rest of the class. I didn't want to be behind, so I was studying very, very frequently. I was studying all throughout the day, in mornings, during the workday, whether on lunch or if I had a brief 30 seconds to, kind of simulate a trial and study. I was doing that a lot, and my scores really reflected it. Right as I started charting, I was quickly getting to 17, 18 A cells with no D cells. So already surpassing the aim goal, which was, really awesome for me. But once I was exceeding beyond that aim goal of 14 and I was a number of points ahead, I definitely took my foot off the gas. I said, okay, Brian, you've gone pedal to the metal studying very, very hard. You've demonstrated you're able to get to the aim goal. So when I started Deck 3, at the same time as the rest of the class, I definitely did not put the same amount of studying in. I would look over the cards at most twice a day, still figuring out my own time management skills between work and school for the first time. So I said, okay, well, I know I can meet the aim goal, so I'm going to take my foot off the gas for studying because I'll get there. And that reflects my data too. It's difficult for me to crack 15 A cells in a trial for Deck 3. Still meeting the aim goal, I feel satisfied meeting the aim goal, and I know that as I continue to study these cards as my neutral deck, I'll become even more familiar and hopefully push further on. But as of right now, I was like, don't do everything at once, Brian. You're not Superman. You're meeting the aim goal. So, all in all, it's really amazing to be able to see a visual representation of my study habits over this SAFMEDS trial. Okay, so now I have my Deck 3 over here. I'm going to set or get my timer set on my phone. I showed you this for the week 4 assignment, but I'll show you how I shuffle since my cards are not on cardstock and they're very flimsy. I like to make sure I'm really randomizing it by putting it into these 4 piles and indiscriminately letting my hands just sort into piles without a particular pattern of any kind. Put them together, and I even take the top one and put it at the back just so I'm not tempted to accidentally look. Okay, everything is set up, and I am going to start my trial. Dependent variable, experimental control, confounding variable, dependent variable, extraneous, experimental control, extraneous variables, external validity, confounding variable, dependent variable, generality, extraneous variable, independent variable, independent variable, independent, extraneous, dependent variable, internal validity. And that's time. And maybe the pressure of the video made me do well on this one. It's a good feeling in the hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. That's by far the best that I've done. probably because I was studying extra hard to make sure I can live up to the task of being on this video. Anyway, I'm at 5 minutes now, a little too long. Thank you so much for your time, Professor, and I will talk to you soon.